Well, we'll see if it comes up on there here in a second.
This says I'm live. This says I'm waiting, so I don't know.
There it goes. It's been right up.
There I am.
There she is. Let's see how many people come in tonight.
Well, I already say hello to everybody that's in here. Very first person that popped in was Joy Stewart. And she popped in last night and left me a message, said she's looking forward to it. And then Julie Starting Over popped in a little earlier, said she was there, looking forward to it. So I don't know if anybody's here now. It says I got 3 watching, and that's probably me and Piggy right now.
Yeah, we got about 3 devices up on this, so it's probably us.
Let me see who I got going.
Hello, anybody out there?
Well, I guess we'll just wait until somebody shows up.
See Charlie doing his thing in the background back there.
I see that. I need to move around just a touch. Well, I moved the wrong direction, I guess. Let me try this way. There, that's a little bit better.
I still see him smiling back there.
That's okay. Either which way I'd move.
You can see the back of the room.
That's okay.
I guess we sit here waiting until people start showing up.
Yeah.
Hello. Is anybody out there?
Well, not everybody comes in as early as we do.
Well, they said they'd be here.
Yeah, they may run a little late.
There's Julie.
Hey, Julie. Yeah, it's running on a delay for some reason.
Oh, so she's been sitting there listening to us be sitting.
You doing okay tonight, Julie? I'm doing good. I've been a little bit busy and getting things done, transcribing more recipes. But that's going to be a process to get them all done. I kind of rearranged my area so I can look straight down at my comments. Don't have to look off to the side. See if I can get this.
Yeah, we rigged her up a system inside that desk area. Huh. I wonder why.
I have no idea. I have a friend who tried to get in last week and she said it wouldn't let her chat on her phone. So I don't know. I've checked all the settings to make sure it's public and everything's public and everybody can chat. It might
really work it out good for you.
Yeah, it might be something in the settings on YouTube on your laptop or your tablet. I mean, your computer or your tablet.
We'll have to look into settings on this thing further too.
Yeah, I'll look at mine too. Yeah, my friend Tracy tried to get in last week on the chat. She could watch the video, but she couldn't. She couldn't chat, and she was using her phone. And then there was another lady told me that she couldn't get into the live stream because it was marked private. And I have no idea what's going on with that because I double checked and everything's public. Everything is anybody can chat. Anybody can join the chat. So I don't know what that is. I guess it's just YouTube being funny. Wow. I'll have to check into that and see what's going on because I definitely don't know.
Could be because she's still small and they ain't allowing her too much reach, I guess. You never know.
I have no idea. I wouldn't even know how to go about checking that, to be honest. Let's see. Participants, okay. Well, I don't know if it's something in my settings. I haven't done anything to on my settings that I know of.
Have to look into them further.
Yeah. So for what?
3 of those might be us, Julie, because we got 3 devices going.
Yeah.
So who the other one is, I don't know, but I guess they might be having a problem trying to comment too.
Yeah, I'm not showing anybody else on there. I don't have it set for kids. Permissions.
Okay, that's just our 3 and you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my laptop. Piggy has his and his desktops. That's 3. We've got 3 different accounts opened up. And then yours would be 4.
We got it on mine up on the TV, got it on the big computer, and she's got it on her laptop.
Okay. I'm not seeing anything on my settings. I don't know what I can do to change anything right now. If there is anybody else watching and having problems getting into the chat, send me a message on Facebook. I'll be able to get that. Hey, Joy. I'm glad you're here.
Joey!
Yeah.
Joey came to get Giddy with the piggy.
Yeah. Last week had people wasn't able to get into chat or even into the live stream. And I was beginning to wonder if anybody could get in tonight. It's good to see you too, Joy. Well, see your comments anyway. I don't know how many we've got coming in tonight. I'm going to wait about 5 more minutes. I took a page out of your book, Joy, for Scott. I got some trivia questions, but mine deal with food. Thank you, Miss Joy. I've shared out to Facebook and my group. I have a feeling I know several that won't be in this week. There was a death in a family of a friend of mine. I have been making some new recipes, Julie. I've been going through the ones that I've got. And hey, Scott. I've been
Scott, how are you?
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. I've got some new videos coming out this week, and I'll be working on some more. But that's what I've been doing, is transcribing recipes so I can do more recipes. I actually made homemade waffles last night for supper. Hey, Avid, how you doing?
Avid fisherman.
And Piggy too. Oh yeah, gotta have the Piggy here. He keeps my head on straight. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that's my little pain in the behind right there. That's my Charlie. Let's see. It looks like we got, says we got 6 watching now.
It don't matter how many left. Who's here?
All right, Julie, I can't eat a lot of carbs. Piggy will tell you, they make me sick. I fix them, and I eat a little bit of them at a time.
That's right, Avid.
Well, yeah, I guess I keep him in line. But he keeps my head on straight, and I keep him in line.
It's a hard job.
I was just telling Joy, I took a page out of her book on the trivia stuff, but I have food trivia, y'all. And I let Piggy pick the 4 questions on my trivia that I'm going to go over tonight. And he picked them because he didn't know them. So I was just going to see if anybody knew any of this stuff.
I bet Joy probably know. Julie might take.
Yeah. Julie, there is so much you can do on a no-carb diet and make it taste so good. I've got to work on recipes for that. Okay, first question on the trivia. Let me get my little paper here so I can read it. What else is Kopi Luwak, the world's most expensive coffee, called? Okay. And if y'all need to spell it on that, it's Kopiluwak. Okay. Hey, Claire. How you doing?
Claire the Oreo.
Yeah. Claire, I was just giving them my first trivia question for the night. Close, but no cigar, Avid. Claire, the first.
Nope.
Nope. Joy, not Kahlua. The first question is, what else is Kopi Luwak, the world's most expensive coffee, called? No, Scott, not Texas coffee.
No.
Yeah, you're going to love the answer to this one. It's called
I don't know if they will or not.
It's called civet poop. This is the coffee that creature eats and then poops out, and they get the coffee beans and clean them up and roast them and make coffee out of it. Not for me, thank you. I'm saying yuck. I've known about that for probably about 15, 20 years now. And I first told the pig about it, and he was like, oh, you got it there, Avid. It is done. That's it right there. Okay, question number 2, folks. What 2 words were combined to make the word spam?
Julie, it's called rich folk that don't have nothing better to do with their money.
I'm saying that I want to know who the first person was that picked up those coffee beans and made coffee out of them after that thing pooped them out. I mean, that's nasty. All right. Ham. Hey, spam is good. Well, you got half of it right, Avid.
Ham, Sam, that's funny.
Pork and ham. Well, ham is half of it. I agree, Julie. Anybody, who was the first to eat these things and drink these things?
I don't want to know.
Well, y'all are close. Everybody's good with the ham because that is half of it. And the other,
I'll give you a hint. The first part of it is what do you do to jazz something up?
Joy, I love spam. I like fried spam. I like spam sandwiches. That's good stuff. Is that Darla or is that Kelly that knocked him off the table?
That would be Darla.
Ah, that's my ghost kitty. That's it, Miss Joy. Spiced ham. That is where spam comes from.
Did you look that up?
It is chopped ham, but it is spiced ham. Y'all doing pretty good at this stuff. Okay. I got 2 more. Okay. Chew and phyllo are 2 types of what food product? Joy's a hillbilly, baby. She knows about spiced ham and spam.
Claire, you're right. Fried spam is good.
Fried spam and eggs. Oh man, y'all, that's good. That makes me hungry right there. I'll do my best, Julie, to get some carb-free or low-carb meals and dishes going.
She used to make a thing called fat bombs that were really good.
Yeah, I've got the recipe for that. No, it's not cheese. If you think of, if you know what phyllo is, then you know the answer. Hey, there's Brian at Wonder Arts and Adventures. Hey.
Brian.
Off the res catfish hunter.
Off the res.
Yeah, off the res. Hey there. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I have some food trivia questions that I've been giving out. And the one I just gave out is chew and phyllo are 2 types of what food product? Close, Claire. That's an ingredient. I'm sorry I keep looking down. Yeah, I got my computer down below my phone. It is a type of dough, but it's also called by another name. Scott's good at that. He about got that one.
What was the question again?
The question is, chew and phyllo are 2 types of what food product? No, Scott, they ain't dough baked. They might work as dough baked though.
Scott's got his mind on doing some fishing.
Hey. It is a bakery dough. I was actually looking for pastry, but bakery dough works because that's what they both are. Hey, everybody got their mind on fish, and I got my mind on fish. I need some. Okay, for the ones that just come in, I'll go ahead and give y'all the first two questions that we gave out. First one is, what else is Kopi Luwak, the world's most expensive coffee, called? And the second one was, what two words were combined to make the word spam? I want some puff pastry too, Joy. That's the one thing I cannot make. I buy it and cook it and do things with it, but I cannot make it. I've seen it made. You got it right now, Scott. Oh, I actually have recipes using phyllo dough and puff pastry. And the recipes I have, they are so good. Has anybody got any questions before we get to the fourth trivia question for the night? I'm going to have to learn how to keep going. I look like a man with my head just spinning down here. I'm looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. Oh, my. Let me put that up where I can read that. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and give the answers to those first two trivia questions so that we can move on. The first one, what else is Kopi Luwak called? Scott gave the answer on that one was monkey poop. It's actually civet poop. I picked them all out, and Piggy's the one that put them on here, or picked out the four to do. The second one, what two words are combined to make the word spam? Joy got that a while ago with spiced ham.
Julie, she loves trivia.
I love trivia. And I'll be honest, you know, a lot of these things I looked up, and I knew some of the answers. I didn't know all of them. Oh, man, that sounds good, Claire.
What?
She had fried wieners with her Amish sauerkraut tonight.
Oh, that sounds good.
Julie, I can tell you why. He didn't know the answers to them. That's why he did it.
Why what?
Why did you pick these four questions?
Shoot, I picked them last night. I still don't remember what the answers were.
Okay. Well, I do have four more on here. Should we do it? The fourth one.
I can throw them one you ain't got on there.
What's that?
What chef does the pig like to watch most if we're going to watch one?
Oh, that's a good one because I don't think he's ever mentioned. Well, you might have caught him mention him in one of the videos. Anybody want to give a guess to who Piggy's favorite chef is besides me? And while y'all think about that, I'll get to the fourth trivia question. It says, what type of food is a peanut?
I remember this one. Blew my mind.
No, Julie himself is not the answer on Chef for Piggy. He can't cook, or he'll tell you he can't cook.
He can't cook.
Okay, Piggy, Abbott asked me to repeat the question.
All right.
What type of food is a peanut? No, it's not a fruit, Joy. Not a grain. And I told Piggy, this is something I learned when I was in school. Very close, Claire, but there is an actual name for what it's called.
Let's just say
You got it, Julie. That's his favorite chef besides me. Oh, the question of Piggy, who was his favorite chef besides me? And Julie just answered it. Sorry about that. You got it, Joy. That's what a peanut is. It is not a nut.
Joey, you looking these things up.
Hey, Joy's country girl. She knows these things. Yeah, I was telling Piggy asked me what a legume was, and I told him, I said, well, I said, legumes are black-eyed peas, green beans, pintos, white beans, garbanzo beans. Joy was guessing. Lentils are in the legume family. So that's why it shocked Piggy.
I tell you what, I got a question for you, Joy.
That's a word, Rez. That's a word. They what, Piggy?
I got a question for Joyce, and she said, hillbilly woman, my daddy used to make this stuff called batter bread. He put it in a big old iron skillet like he was making cornbread, but it was batter bread. It was nice and sweet and fluffy, and nice smooth top to it. Do you know what that is? Do you know how to make it? Because I don't.
Yeah, I have looked up recipes for batter bread, and all it gives me is stuff like banana bread and zucchini bread and things like that, or buttermilk bread. And that ain't what he's looking for. I'm looking for a recipe for batter bread. So I don't know.
I'm guessing it's just batter, like pancake batter or something, but I don't know how exactly put it together. I remember it making it, but I don't remember how it did it.
Spoon bread. Okay.
Spoon bread.
I'll have to look that up. Let me write that down.
Well, Joe, if that's what it is, and we tried out, and that's what I remember, I thank you.
Wrote that down on my paper there.
That was some good stuff. It was simple enough, even my daddy could make it. He was worse off than I am.
Oh, man. I tell you, I have searched for recipes, and I've read them off. I showed him pictures, and he's like, nope, that's not it. I'm going to have to try that and look it up and try it, because I've seen different recipes for breads. I just don't know. I tell you what, you can get some good recipes from them. Though if I want Amish recipes, I'll ask Anita. Joy, you missed her last week. That Anita is my sister of the heart. She is a girl I've known since second grade. And her mom was born Amish, and they left the community and became Church of God. But she was taught how to cook by her Amish mother. Oh, man. Batter bread, self-rising flour. Yeah, I guess it's self-rising flour and water and oil or butter and fry. Well, this was baked in the oven, Julie, so it might be the same. I don't know.
Yeah, he put it in the oven.
Okay. Yeah, now I have recipes for like fry bread and things like that.
Would like to know yours too, Julie, just in case.
Yeah, well, I've got hers right there. Self-rising flour, water, and oil.
Oh, Julie, want to put that up there? Okay.
Yeah, Julie, put that up there.
Oh, down both ways. Okay.
Call it bannock. I know, like I said, I knew there was plenty of different names for it.
That's just what my daddy called it.
Okay, yeah, now I know what a hoe cake is. Well, hello there. Y'all, that was Miss Darla. She was just making a visit. My mama made hoe cakes. But what my mama called a hoe cake was she made up her biscuit bread and poured it in the skillet and baked it like cornbread.
There.
Huh?
I'm not going there.
You're not going there?
No. That sounds dangerous.
Spoon bread is the name. Okay, that's what I'm going to look up, Joy. Spoon bread. And I'm going to find that. Because like I said, I've got recipes for fry bread and quick breads and every other kind of bread I can think of. My biscuits, and nothing worked. So spoon bread it is. That's what I'm going to look at. Okay. Well, since we've... Hey, Pontoon Jody. Oh, yeah. We make cornbread in this house all the time.
Jody!
Thank you for stopping in, Jody. Okay. Great. Yeah, now I do cornbread batter that way, Julie. I'll do, I just call them corn cakes.
You starting to step off into high cotton with all these folks in here.
Hey, we got some good people in here.
Joy, Scott, Jody, Jody, off the res.
Okay, well, now that we've got Piggy's 4 trivia questions that he picked out done, I've got 4 more listed for tonight because I picked out 8 total. And my first one is, what are the top 2 most popular spices in the world? And that's just not just the United States, but the entire world. 2 most popular spices in the world.
I know they probably know the answer to that one.
Possible. Claire, that's okay. Like I said, some of these things I learned when I looked them up.
That's part of what all this is about, is learning new things.
And Joy, those are the 2 I would have picked, but they're not. Scott got half of it.
The question is, Scott, which half?
Pepper is one of the 2, but salt is not.
Oh, now I was gonna let it sit there and stew on it, trying to figure out which one was right.
I was shocked when I read the answer on that, because that's my answer right there. My answer was salt and pepper, or garlic and pepper, or garlic and salt. You know, those 3 to me.
Half right, Jody.
Cook blend, salt, pepper, lard, butter. Jody, those are my 4 main ingredients right there on a lot of things.
Well, they get the pepper part of it.
Everybody's got the pepper part of it right.
It's something else that's really good.
Well, it's something that we don't really consider a spice because we don't use it as a spice.
I'm gonna give them a good hint. It's yellow.
Pepper and onion, not onion.
All right, great. You're gonna have to get out here, son.
We're being overrun by kitties tonight.
Oh my goodness, he's heavy.
You got it, Jody. Mustard.
He picked up on my hand.
Yeah. Pepper's crushed. Yep. Top 2 spices in the world are mustard and pepper. And that was something else. I did not expect that at all when I saw that. Very much. Congratulations on that, Jody. Hey, Jody's a smart woman. I've noticed that from watching her and listening to her on lives.
She sure can fish.
Hi, Grey Wolf. Nice to see you in here.
Grey Wolf.
You got brown mustard, Scott? I have heard of people putting that dry mustard, like the ground mustard, in macaroni and cheese, and it gives it a good flavor. I actually put it in, I want to say it was my crab dip that I made, and it gave it a really good flavor. And y'all, I had to hunt for that stuff because you can't just buy it anywhere. Chris Everett, hi, thank you for coming in.
Howdy, Chris.
Well, Chris, that's what my channel's all about. It's all about eating and fixing food. So I got to make people hungry. That way they can watch my videos.
Y'all, she sits around here thinking about meals or these YouTube videos, and we can just eat. And she'll be talking about some kind of meal or dessert or something like that. I'm sitting here full of my mouth water wanting some. All the time.
Julie, I did. They will take all different kinds of things and dry them and make spices and seasonings out of them. And thank you, Joy, for sharing me out. And I'm used to seeing everybody that's on here in other lives, but thank y'all for joining mine. And y'all are welcome here anytime.
Yep.
Okay, y'all, I got another trivia question for you. I think a lot of cooks will know this one. What is the most expensive spice by weight in the world? Ooh. You making me hungry there now, Scott. I don't know who just jumped my chair.
Well, little sis Bootsy would definitely be interested in that.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to make me a video on them crawdads. Then I can share it. That's right, Joy. Saffron. Bless you.
That's our Miss Darla.
I told you, anybody that knows anything about cooking knows saffron is the most expensive spice in the world.
Yep, very rough.
Oh.
Beat you to it, though.
Well, Scott, I've got a friend. She could probably eat about 100 of them. She loves those things.
Yep.
Oh, smoked paprika. I was introduced to that by Anita. And some of y'all were here last week and met Anita. But she introduced me to smoked paprika, and that stuff is so good. I think we got a kitty cat wanting out, Piggy.
Okay. He won't now.
Yeah.
Thank you for trying. Sound, Daddy. Yep.
Okay, y'all. Time for the next. And I'm going to be honest, I did not know the answer to this one. Oh, Tony Saturanes and beer on some crawdads. That sounds good. I've had the crawdads with the Tony Saturanes, but not with the beer cooked in it. But I know that's going to be good. Now, I'll tell you right now, best turkey I ever. Y'all see the piggy back there? Best turkey I ever had was one that was baked and had beer poured over it. Made it so tender. Okay. My next trivia question. What is canola, as in canola oil, an abbreviation for?
Jody either left or she being quiet.
No, Jody's still there. I saw her.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. She loves crawdad balls. Hey.
I had to put that thing up on full screen so I see them comments better. I think I'll do that.
Now, I've never tried the Kahlua. I just now got to where I drink coffee. Chris is waving at you, Piggy. Yeah. I'm 50. Yeah, I don't mind telling my age. I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 in July. And I just started drinking coffee this past January. I might have drank a cup about every 6 months for the past 2 years, but just started drinking it to where I have 1 to 2 cups a day.
30 pounds.
Oh, wow.
But Lucy would be drooling.
That's it, Julie. Yeah. Like I just didn't like the taste of anything that had coffee. Hi, Anita. I've been talking about you. I've been doing food trivia, Anita. You would have probably known the answer to all of them. I do feel a little bit better. If you watch my videos, sometimes you can tell it and sometimes you can't. Well, Nate, I ain't got that problem. My eyes been brown since the day I was born. But there's times that when I'm cooking, I literally have to stop filming and sit down and rest with my head between my knees because I get lightheaded. And so I do. The coffee has really made me feel a lot better since I've been drinking it. Okay. The question I just asked, what is canola an abbreviation for? As in canola oil. Does anybody know what canola is an abbreviation for? So Meemaw says coffee makes you speak. My granny always said, coffee put hair on your chest. So I have no idea.
What is that?
If coffee put hair on your chest.
Not yet.
Piggy says that ain't true. I don't know if it'll make your feet turn black. Mine always stayed black because I was barefoot growing up. Canola is the abbreviation of two different words merged together. I'll give y'all that. I figured Off the Res might know this one.
Nope.
Nope.
Partly right.
How about I give y'all a hint? You got oil right.
But where does it come from?
But where does it come from? That's right. It's a country.
The first three letters is a hint to the country it comes from.
That's why I said Off the Res. I thought he would have this one. Now the name doesn't come Canada oil. That's it, Julie, starting over. That's the that's what canola stands for, is Canada oil. It doesn't include the ingredients of what it actually is. It's just Canada oil. You are in Canada, aren't you, Rez? Granola oil. I don't know how good that would be, Scott. We could try it, we could see. Now, I like grapeseed oil. That's a very good oil. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I always thought canola was an abbreviation for what type of plant it was from. That's why I was thinking you would have gotten that one first. Okay. Okay, I have one more trivia question. And this one, I've known the answer to this one since I watched a documentary on TV. What is the only food that can never go off or bad? In other words, it'll never ruin. And it is the only food. President, he didn't have a clue.
Well, it's naturally sweet.
I think he was talking about the Canada oil.
Oh.
That's right, Grey Wolf. Honey. Honey will never go bad and it will never go off. Okay, I didn't know that, Anita. Well, I have to admit, Scott, you're right there. I don't think a Twinkie will ever go bad either. Too many preservatives.
They they probably got some of them 20 years ago. They still just now putting out.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched a documentary on Egypt and the pyramids and stuff, and they were talking about having found honey from over 2,500 years ago, and that it was still good.
Now they found some wheat in some of their jars that they stored away that was still good.
Yeah.
3,000 to 5,000 years old.
Honey, Claire. Honey is a natural antibiotic. You can use it on cuts and sores, and it will heal. And you can, and it won't go bad. Even if it turns into like that sugary consistency, leave it in the jar and set the jar in some warm water, and it will revert back to the liquid state.
A lot of that herb stuff for healing and whatnot, probably ask Julie about. She's a herbologist.
Yeah, Julie, honey does crystallize. That's what I was saying. It'll turn into the sugar state, but if you leave it in the jar and set the jar in some warm water, it will slowly revert back to a liquid, but it'll never go bad. And I even use the crystallized honey like I would sugar, and nothing wrong with that. It's still good. Yeah. Now my granny used mustard poultice on my mama for her breathing, and I don't know if she put honey with it or not, but I know she used homemade yellow mustard, and it was a hot mustard because you could smell it. And like I said, honey being a natural antibiotic is good for you.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about that. I mean, that's just something else. I prefer doing all natural if I can, but there are so many products out there that we use on a daily basis that are good for you, like cinnamon. Cinnamon is good for diabetics. It will help lower A1Cs and blood sugar. And ginger is good for if you need energy and things like that. My personal favorite is probably lemon. I love lemon on everything just about. Yeah. Yeah, honey being a natural antibiotic, it would work with it and heal sores. Yeah. I've had cuts on my hands and I've gotten honey on them and just left it there.
We'll find out how many knee-jerk pig like pineapple on his pizza.
You're welcome, Julie. And I hope that works for you. I mean, that works for me, is to set the jar into some warm water. And you might have to keep replacing the warm water until it actually liquefies. But yeah, it worked for me when I tried doing it that way. Yeah, honey's good for burns. Aloe's good for burns. And I put mustard on burns. Now, Pig tells me for burns, you run hot water as hot as you can stand it, and stick it, if you burn your fingers or hands, whatever, stick your hands underneath that hot water, and it helps. Believe me, I don't like doing it, but I get it. I'll have to say, as warm as I can stand it. I can't stand extreme hot water, but I'll stick my hand under the hot water.
Yeah, if you get burned on your hand or whatever, everything, you stick it under hot water as hot as you can stand it.
If I have a cut, when I cut myself, I'll put a little bit of honey on it, and it works as a natural antibiotic to keep it from getting infected. So yeah, I'll put it on my skin, which like on my fingers or my hands if I cut them. Grey Wolf, I'd say you saved her more than a couple of dollars because honey is expensive.
Yep. That's called autocorrect, Julie. That was a nuisance that they put in there to cause misunderstandings.
Yeah. Night Rest, thank you for stopping by. And no, you're welcome anytime on the lives every Saturday night. And be safe going to town. Joy, happy guinea pig the same way. Oh yeah. Now, for my hands on for arthritis and stuff, I have a really hard time. I use alcohol on my hands for arthritis. But good knowing hot water is good for it. Go take a hot shower.
Yeah, but this is everything up.
Did the whole dog get on my live? You talking about Piggy? Scott said, "Get the old dog get on your live." Oh, don't get him started, y'all. Don't get him started on that one. Hey, John, welcome to the live. There he is, Scott. That ain't how a pig sounds.
I just remember Scott doing that the other night.
All right, Charlie. You done got the Charlie barking. All right. Now he's got to go pet the Charlie. Yeah, our phones misbehave all the time, changing words. How you doing tonight, John? John Wiggs.
Hey, John Wiggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if Brian's still in here or not. I hadn't seen him since he commented earlier.
I hope he is.
Say Scott can howl at the moon.
Yes, he can. I used to. I don't know if I still can or not.
Well, if we're going to howl at the moon, we're going outside to do that.
I can drive down the road and see some dogs. I can bark at them. They would have the strangest looks on their face because they're looking for a dog. They see a man.
Hey, Band-Aids work, but yeah, my kitty cat scratched me all the time. Okay, Brian, I was hoping you're still here. We're doing good. I saw the comment. Charlie, you might have to pet him again, Piggy. Yeah, we had kittens, had 10 of them at one time. And, well, I should say 8 kittens and 2 older cats. And the kittens tore me up, and I had to put stuff on my arms. And the honey was the one thing that worked. And with me being a diabetic, it actually worked better than a lot of other things I put on there. Scott, so you howl and dogs run. Piggy howls, and they just kind of look at him like, what?
Yep.
Oh, my. Okay.
I do this upside down, but it ain't that good.
You got Darla there in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's sticking in from the side over there. Oh, wow, y'all, it's almost 8 o'clock. Didn't realize we'd gone that far and that fast. But you're doing your crafting. I know what you're doing. Anita does a lot of crafts, and I'm going to have to find one of my wedding invitations that she and her mom made so I can show it to everybody. I tell you what, she's amazing. Yeah. Well, you know, he is the happy guinea pig on the cooking channel. And he's Piggy on Piggy's Piddles. So
Harry Fisherman inspired the Piggy name.
Yeah. The crazy fella in the background, that'd be Piggy. And a few other things that we call him.
Just don't call me late for supper.
I'm sorry I didn't stay in there longer, Gray Wolf. I was trying to get things set up for this one, and I saw you pop up and thought I'd come in and say hi. Yeah. I don't mind staying on longer than an hour, but I know there's a lot of people that have lives going on and more trivia. Okay, well, I got another page. This is something I picked out for next week, but I've got one. Okay. What is the only U.S. state that grows coffee beans?
Don't ask me.
Well, considering if you know where coffee is grown or everything, there's really only one state it could grow in, I think, or maybe two, but it's only grown in one.
Still don't give me no clue. I ain't worried about somebody will get it.
Right, Grove. Julie, it was a U.S. state. Columbia is a country, hon. But that's okay. It's a good guess because that is where the majority comes from. Claire, Georgia. No, Claire, I think we do peanuts.
Peaches.
Yeah, Hawaii is, I knew they grew macadamia nuts. I didn't know they grew coffee, but obviously they do. Well, I'd have known because they have that blue Hawaiian coffee or whatever it's called. That was me. I have moments like that, Julie. Okay. Since y'all liking the trivia, I got another. Well, I got a few more for us. The state of Georgia is the third largest producer of what fruit?
I think I just answered that.
That's right, Julie. Peaches. I thought it was probably the number one or number two producer, but find out it was third. That shocked me.
Used to be number one.
Yeah.
Because Georgia was known for peaches.
I thought it was, well, I mean, close to where we live here, it's known for apples, much less peaches. That's the coffee I was thinking about, Anita. Kona coffee. Yes. Yep. Peaches is the correct answer to that one. Okay. We got some. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I didn't know this one. What is the most frequently ordered item of food in the U.S.? And I'm assuming this goes for all restaurants, whether it be fast food or sit down or whatever. But what is the most frequently ordered item of food in the U.S.? No, Grey Wolf, it's not pizza. I love pears, Julie. I've got to get me some and make me some homemade pear preserves. Julie, that is part of the answer right there. But I'll take your answer, chicken. It is fried chicken is the most frequently ordered item of food. And I'm like with Scott and Grey Wolf and them. I was thinking pizza or hamburgers or something like that. But it's fried chicken. And I can understand why. Fried chicken's good. It really is. Now, I'll tell you, I was raised by my mama and my granny. My granny died when I was 7. But she always had a garden. And during the week, we would eat vegetables. And if we had meats, it would be maybe like fried chicken livers or have a fried bologna sandwich or something like that. But usually we had vegetables through the week. And if we had meats, it was on Saturdays and Sundays. We might have to make a trip out near where you live one of these days, Julie. I don't know when that would be, but we'd let you know.
What's that?
She said she wished we were closer. She said 6 pear trees and gives away a lot every year.
Oh, that would be nice.
I ain't never seen a chicken with a finger either. I'm afraid of what that finger might do if I seen one.
All right, now we ain't going there.
But as I say, my granny, she would make the fried chicken or the roast or the ham or whatever. on Saturday or Sunday, the pork chops and things like that. So I always had the meats on Saturdays and Sundays, and we had vegetables and other things through the week. And my mom kind of did the same thing. She would cook meats on the weekends and everything else through the week. #1 corn producer in the U.S. Yep. Okay. Let's see. What else we got going here? Which state is sometimes referred to as the popcorn state of the United States? Pears, peaches, strawberry. Oh, man. I would love to be able to grow things. I've got 3 peach trees out in the backyard, but they don't produce any pears. They do, but
What? Pears or peaches?
peach trees. I got 3 peach trees out in the backyard.
Yeah, they don't survive. We got squirrels.
We got squirrels and birds that eat all my peaches. Okay. What state is referred to as the popcorn state? Nope, not Minnesota, not Ohio. I mean, general vicinity of Ohio and Iowa, but not them. Excuse me. Oh, wow. You got it, Joy. Indiana. Had to get me a drink of water, y'all.
No, what?
It's called popcorn state, or referred to as the popcorn state. Is Indiana. Yeah. Yeah. I have planted a container garden for last year and the year before. And we got a few tomatoes, a few peppers, a little bit of okra and things like that. But where I'm at right now, my garden does not survive. And we know why. And it's not anything that we can do about it right now.
We just can't prove it.
We can't prove what happens with it. But, so we're going to take a break from the garden. We're just going to go to the local produce stand, which is just a few miles down the road. And that's where we'll get our produce for a while. Okay. I did not know Orville Redenbacher's was in Indiana.
Oh.
It looks like y'all excuse me, I've got to fix my little tilt again.
I'm going to put more tape on that.
No, it came down just a little bit. That's fine. We might work it later.
Was
Okay.
it from the shaft or was it right behind the phone?
I think it's right in here. I don't know.
Oh, that little nut might
If you're wondering what I'm talking about, yeah, I've got my phone set up. We put a system up. I'll actually take a short video and put it up on my channel and let you see how I've got it set up. Now, see, that's what I want to do is raised beds, but I want to wait until we are somewhere that is our place and I can do what I want.
Joey, I'll put it like this. We had some tomato plants out there. One night she was checking things every day, and one night she was checking them. The next night or the next day,
Yeah.
she found a mater worm that's half the size of my pinky. Now imagine that.
Well, I'll put it this way. That mater worm was as big as my pinky, and there was no mater worms to be seen the night before. And I went out there about 6 o'clock to water my tomatoes and my plants after the sun went down because I do it in the evening. And I was walking Charlie outside, and I looked, and one of my tomato plants had no leaves at all. And I looked, and there was a big old tomato worm. I love going to the Amish store to buy stuff like that. I bought some jams and jellies from the Amish store up in Kentucky when we lived up there we lived in Paducah, and we went over near Monkey's Eyebrow and bought some from the Amish store up there. But that tomato worm had decimated my tomato. And like I said, there was none to be found out there the day before. Oh, well, thank you, Julie. That would be very sweet. It's not the money issue for us right now. Right now, our issue is being able to leave Charlie here. he can't be left by himself because he has extreme anxiety issues, and he is not a sociable dog. He does not like people.
He comes by it honest. He was abused by the time we got him. He was 7 months old. Things were already set.
Yeah, he had some problems. And I'll tell you right now, he does not like blondes at all. If he sees a blonde, he will go crazy. So we know what happened was from a blonde, and I know who it was.
The rest of it, I know who it was too.
Well, they can show up overnight, and I've seen the ones that do. But we know where this one came from, and it wasn't a bird, unfortunately. I wished it had been a bird.
Not one this big.
Scott, he wouldn't like your dog. He's scared of dogs. He likes kitty cats.
He's been raised up around cats, and he thinks he's one of them. He'll sniff a cat's butt, try to look for that particular smell. He get around the dog with that smell, he'll run.
Yeah, he's been around other little dogs about his size, and he don't like them. He will back up from a dog and stay away from them. He don't like them at all. And he's been around all these kitty cats, so that's what he knows. Chris, I could do a small greenhouse. It is just simply, again, we have a situation of where we don't own this house or the property, and anything that we want to put on it, we have to go through someone to do it, even a greenhouse. And sometimes
that person is the type of person that you can give them a pure gold toilet and they'd complain.
Yeah. And a lot of times, a yes answer would be given, and then the next day it would be, no, I changed my mind. So we're in a situation to where we had, when we did the makeover of the kitchen and did the painting and everything, we did that without telling anybody. And it was a case because we had already talked to them about it years ago, and it was like, well, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then not even a week later, it was like, no, I don't think we need to do that.
So when we did this, we just did it.
Oh, I was talking about Charlie, my dog. Charlie don't like dogs. Charlie don't like most people. Charlie don't like dogs. He likes kitty cats. He's a small dog. When I got him, I was told he was a Chorkie, which is a Chihuahua and Yorkie mix. He has the attributes of a Scottish Terrier and Yorkie and Chihuahua. I think he's somewhat mixed of all three. Oh, okay. That's right. Your doggy is named Charlie. I remember that. Different spelling, though. Yours is L-I-E and mine's L-E-Y.
He's a pain in the butt, but we love him.
Oh, yeah. Well, all my babies are a pain in the behind. My kitty cats, my dog, but I love them all. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I've lost any comments here. Okay, your Charlie is a girl. Okay.
Julie, that would be an idea, but there again, we still have that one problem we have to contend with, and it just wouldn't be worth the stuff we'd have to go through.
Yeah.
On that.
I'll put it this way. We have a van, and it is parked up the road. It needs a part on it, and his stepdad's going to fix it. But when we got the van, it was out in our driveway, and it was a case of we started having an air leak. Sometimes, John, but I can be too. But anyway, we started having an air leak in one of our tires, and we couldn't figure out what was going on because we had no problem for the longest. And then it's like we go outside and it'd be almost flat. Had to air it up. And no, Charlie is my puppy dog. And he's right there. Little black dog. But anyway, we started having problems with the tire. We'd air it up, and even took it and had it fixed. And it had a slow leak that somebody had messed with the valve on the tire, valve stem. Got it fixed. Everything was fixed. 2 months later, we started having that same problem again. So the reason we had that problem is the same reason we can't have a garden. Well, we've talked about putting up security cameras so that we can catch stuff. It's really hard, and we know who's doing it. We just can't prove it right now.
And it wouldn't matter even if we could. It would be opening up a can of something I don't want to have to deal with. We're just going to wait till we can get built up and maybe one day have get to a better place and then do what we feel we need to do.
That's it. Anita, you know just as well as I do, but we love him.
Well, yeah, I got to be a pain in the butt, Anita.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I used to watch My Three Sons, and they had an Uncle Charlie, and I always wanted an Uncle Charlie. Never had one. I got an Uncle Pete, but not an Uncle Charlie. Okay, y'all, let me get back to my next trivia question. Oh, this is a good one. What popular United States dish features a sauce made from sausage drippings, flour, and milk?
That's not sauce.
Technically, it is.
Not my butt.
Yeah, Scott, a 12 gauge would take care of that problem, but I don't have one. Okay, Joy, that's the sauce. Now, what dish does it go with? I'll say it's a popular breakfast dish.
I'd say that depends on who you ask, because that goes with a lot of things.
Yes, Miss Anita, it's the same person.
Yeah, don't put it out there, Anita. We know you know.
Oh, yeah. Biscuits and gravy, that's it. Oh, man, Julie, hash browns would be good with it, too.
Anita has seen that person in action.
I would have renamed him Dumpling too. Oh, that's funny. Jody, I had a rooster named Charlie, but I renamed him Dumplings when I cooked him. That's it right there.
I'm telling you.
Hey. Firecrackers. That would work. That would. What do you do? You need to get out from there, girlfriend. You're going to get stuck in there.
Well, I'm not one to be vindictive or try to get revenge. I just wait till I can make a better situation. Make God take care of it.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Make casseroles, biscuit and gravy casseroles. I'm thinking about making one of those. I've seen recipes for them, but why not make a casserole out of it and just put everything together? That'd be good. Okay. Well, you talking about having a rooster named Charlie. When I was younger, which when I say younger, I mean I was like 11, 12, 13 years old, had a friend of ours, they had a hog named Red. And Red was the best sausage and pork chops I'd ever had in my life. Biscuits and gravy. Yes, ma'am, Miss Anita. That's something I know Ward likes, is biscuit and gravy. I'm sorry, Julie. Well, SOS is on a shingle. And it is hamburger gravy over toast. Or at least that's how I make it. And I think Piggy and Scott are well acquainted with SOS because I know they serve that in the mess hall in the Marines.
Oh, I love that stuff.
I know it does. It makes a good anytime meal, Anita. Yes, ma'am, Miss Joy. Old-fashioned biscuits and gravy, homemade gravy, whether it be water gravy, milk gravy, or I would say a broth gravy. It's all good gravy.
Don't matter if it's watery or thick. Gravy is gravy. You can use it to sop with. You can use it like a dip. It don't matter how it comes out. You still use it. It's still good.
Oh, Jody, I love your answer there. That sounds like what my Aunt Ruthie would have said. People are always trying to give me their roosters. They've hatched them off and became a pet, but tired of hearing them. First thing they ask me is, "Are you going to eat them?" I say, "Absolutely."
What they for?
Before my Aunt Ruthie passed away, she raised her own chickens and roosters, and I had gone out with her daughter to the chicken pen and chicken coop. And her daughter was feeding them, and I looked at her. I said, "Melba," I said, "how many roosters have y'all got?" She said, "We've only got the one. Mama said she killed all the others off." I looked, I said, "Well, that one looks like a rooster, and that one looks like a rooster, and that one looks like a rooster, and it looks like there's one back there." Turned out she had 6 roosters in that pen with all them hens. We went inside, and Melba told her mama, Aunt Ruthie, she said, "Mama, you know you got 6 roosters out there?" Aunt Ruthie said, "No, I don't. I killed all of them but one." She said, "Yeah, you do too. You got 6 roosters out there." Aunt Ruthie just smiled. She said, "We're going to have chicken in the freezer tonight." So it wasn't that night. It was the next day, but she had more chicken. That's it, Julie. Poor man's gravy on white bread. But I still love homemade biscuits better than I do all that.
They served it in the Marines too, Julie.
Well, Anita, I ate scrambled eggs with cheese, country ham, and a piece of toast earlier today. I'm not really hungry, but I'm going to fix something to eat here after a while.
Chicken on the freezer.
Well, chicken in the freezer, chicken on the freezer, whatever. She going to have it, and she did. I looked in her freezer, and she had so many chickens in there, it wasn't even funny. But she had close to 25 or 30 hens, and all of them laid eggs. And she had 2 of them that she would let hatch them out. The rest of them they gathered up and used and sold. That's it. Okay, let's see. I got about 3 more trivia questions. This one says, what food item do you need a doctor's note to purchase after 6 p.m. in Newark?
What was that?
It says, what food item do you need a doctor's note to purchase after 6 p.m. in Newark?
Food item has to be prescribed.
You have to have a doctor's note for it if you buy it after 6 p.m. in Newark. And I'm assuming it's something that's on the books that nobody pays attention to. I was like, really? That's me, Anita. I have a hard time killing anything. But I tell you right now, if I was hungry enough, I can do it. I know I can pluck a chicken. I've done that before. I've never killed one. I've helped clean them, and I've cut them up.
Used to have some when I was younger. I was the one with the hatchet. I'd always make sure that thing was sharpened up right before we went to it.
No, Scott, I don't. That's not the right answer on that one. Sorry. Just don't bother. Hey, I've seen some of them cats you caught. Now, you know, that's something I can do. I can actually kill and clean a catfish, that don't bother me. I can kill and clean fish. It don't bother me.
Good eating.
Nope, Julie, not alcohol. Nope, Scott, not pork. I know the first time I ever saw a chicken do that, my granny chopped the head off and the chicken chased my mama around the yard. I was sitting over on the step at the church that we live next door to. My mama was running, and that little chicken had half or part of its head just flopping. It was just flopping all over the yard. That was so funny. I laughed.
I made a few run around the yard without his head.
And that's where I guess they get that term, run around like a chicken with his head cut off.
That's
Anita,
right.
you got it. Ice cream. You have to have a doctor's note to purchase it after 6 p.m. in Newark. And to me, that's kind of crazy. If y'all want, I got a baby in my arms, y'all. Miss Fancy hauled up my lap and laid down. Oh, no possum, no possum. But we keep the possums.
Jody, Miss Fancy over there is like all of y'all. She loves to fish.
This is my fishy. That's her nickname. This is Fancy. She's the one that brought a fish and put it in my bed. She caught it in the pond across the road, and we were fixing the floor in the kitchen, had a hole. She crawled up through that hole one night and climbed in my bed with a fish.
And you can tell she had got off in that water to get it because she was wet halfway up her body.
Oh, wait. Hey, that would work. Using a pow-pow? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jody. She's the only tabby like that I've got. All of her sisters are calicos. Her brother is a solid gray color with a little bit of striping, but she's the only one that's a tabby.
He might be ready to come back in by now.
Mr. Duggar Fishing, welcome.
Duggar.
Thank you for joining us. She must have wanted to share her face, I tell you, because she's been known to bring birds and squirrels. Oh, goodness gracious. Rats. Now I'm talking rats, moles, voles, you name it. She catches it and she'll bring it to the porch. But the fish, that was the first time she brought one in the house. We got that hole fixed up because I did not want any snakes brought in.
That hole got fixed the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a sweetie. She's my loving little kitty. I've got so many of them that are loving. They're just, we were there when our cat Swinger and Gray were born. They had a brother named Dax. He died. And
He was a beauty.
yeah, he was beautiful. And then, yeah, that was a gift of food. And Piggy grabbed it, and when he did to take it outside, she clawed him. And she went outside with it. That fish was and he's caught birds that they brought into the house.
That was one of the other ones with a bird.
Yeah, but Fancy clawed you with the fish.
That was her fish.
It was her fish.
Where you going, my fish? I caught that.
All the dogs I've had have always either been in a fence or house dogs, so they haven't brought anything like that in the house, thank God. Let's see. See if I've lost any comments here. I'm sorry. No, I did not cook that fish, Anita. That fish was still flopping. And it was dark, and I reached down because I was going to grab Fancy off the bed, and she was wet. But I touched something cold. I did not know what it was. I jerked back. I cut a light on, saw the fish. Piggy got the fish and got it out. Oh, that's sweet, Mr. Duggar. And we got that fish out of the house. Like I said, hole got cleared up. Now, the fish I cook usually comes from Piggy's stepdad. He loves to fish. It's fancy.
He'll go down to Florida on the, I guess, west coast facing the Gulf.
Yeah, he off the Gulf Coast. He fishes out in the Gulf of Mexico, off the west coast of Florida. Scott, if I had a mind about me at that time, I might have, but it was too small. I mean, the fish was only like, it wasn't even 6 inches. It was a little bit bigger than that. So I don't remember how big it was. It wasn't big enough for me to make a fillet out of.
It was about half the size of Fancy.
Oh, it was a big one then. Okay, I didn't realize it was that big. Fancy catfishing, yeah. I call her Fishy most of the time because she loves to fish. Oh, no bats. No bats. I don't do bats. No. Those are flying rats. No.
And she just topped our fish story.
I'm saying I can deal with the fish. Yeah, welcome everybody to my channel. Thank you, Julie, for stating that. And all questions are welcome. And if you have a question about anything, if I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll tell you that too. I have a lot of, I tell everybody I've got a lot of useless trivia information in my head. So I've been doing some food trivia tonight. That's it, Julie. No bats, no snakes. We don't do snakes around here at all. But since we've been living here, I've seen 2 snakes. That's it. One was, wasn't it a copperhead?
It was poisonous, I'm not sure.
But it was out front, and the kitty cat had it playing with it. And then the other one, I don't know what it was out back. And again, a kitty cat had it playing with it. And Peggy got rid of both of them.
I didn't kill them. I just moved their location.
I can deal with lizards and spiders. They're okay. But I don't like bats and I don't like snakes. Now,
she like the old song. She don't like spiders and snakes.
I don't like bats and snakes. And I don't like rats. I've killed a few rats. I'll be honest with you on that one. We are in Northwest Georgia. And pretty much just south of the Chattanooga area. But yeah. We don't really give out our direct location. I don't mind people knowing where we live. I mean, it's just that one day we hope to not be in the Northwest Georgia area. Bats do eat mosquitoes.
We're pretty much like this on most things. As long as they stay outside doing what they're meant to do, we ain't got a problem with them.
Yeah, I mean, if it belongs outside and it's outside, I'm fine with you. You stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. You come into my home, you're fair game. I will kill you. And that's the way I do spiders and I do other things, mice, whatever. No, ma'am, you're not getting back up there again. Come on. But I don't have to shoot the rats. My cats, with all the cats that we got, I have not seen a rat other than one that they're playing with or that's dead in a good 2.5, 3, 4 years. And like I said, usually if I see anything like that, it's something that the cats have brought up and are playing with.
If we see one, it's usually in their mouth.
Yeah. Claire is from Ohio. Oh man, camel spiders are nasty. I don't like those things. I don't like cave crickets either. That's okay, John. I know that. I'm honest with everybody. If somebody tells me they live in a certain area, I don't mind, looking up where they live. I know a lot of y'all in here have probably heard about the Crockers. Well, I looked up the Crockers to see where they lived. I never told anybody where they lived. It wasn't nobody's business because they didn't want it out there. I was just curious.
We like looking just to see what the areas are like.
Yeah.
See if we'd like an area like that.
Yeah.
Satisfy curiosity 2 or 3 different ways. But even if we could go out there knowing, where they used to be, we wouldn't go because that's their life. That's their private time.
Yeah. Mr. Decker, I totally agree. We have not seen any of those things. Like I said, unless they leave them on the porch after they're through with them. I love my cats. Hi, Alvin Lewis. Welcome to the party.
Alrighty.
I won't hold it against you, John. They've got Lambert's up there in Saxton. I love that place.
We don't care where no one's from. As long as you treat us like decent human beings, we'll do the same.
That's it. You know, I've been to so many different places as far as having lived there. I was born and raised in Alabama. And I lived probably about 3 or 4 different places there as a kid. And then as a teenager, I moved to Paducah, Kentucky. And if you live in Western Kentucky area or Southern Illinois, Southern Missouri, whatever, you pretty much know where Paducah is, I would say. But I lived in Paducah for, I want to say, 15 years. And then my mom was wanting to move back to Alabama. And we moved to a little town called Mentone, Alabama. And it's like a spa or resort area. And lived there. So I moved there in 2002, and I lived there until 2001. So I lived there about 9 years. And from there, I moved to Georgia. And I lived with my aunt and uncle until I met Piggy. But I lived at 2 different places. I had a property and then bought another property, and I lived at both of those. And then I moved in with Piggy and been here ever since. And that was in 2013. So I've been here for...
John, I was raised here in Georgia, but don't hold it against me. I was born in Los Angeles County, California.
Yeah, Piggy was born in California. Poor thing.
That might be what's wrong with me. About not being dropped on your head.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if y'all know this. There's a Lambert's in Alabama, too. I can't remember exactly where it's at there, but I know it's like in central Alabama. And that one would be closer for me to go to if I wanted to go. But I love their throw rolls. I love their food, period. I'm talking people's language here now because most everybody knows Lambert's, I think. It's a good place. I'm going to have to take Piggy there one of these days. But yeah, we've been different places. Piggy's lived out in California for 4 years, almost 4 years. Wow.
Yeah, a very hot place called 29 Palms.
Yeah, he served in the Marines out there at 29 Palms. Fancy, you determined to be on Mama's lap. Okay.
They want attention. They want attention.
Oh, yeah, their honey butter. That is amazing. I make my own honey butter, so that's good stuff, too. Okay, y'all, I got a couple more trivia questions for you. This next one, I think pretty much everybody will know. 25. I'll just be honest with you, Mr. Duggar. Yeah, I do not have anything to do with Siamese. I had a lady that I knew when I was a kid. She was a wonderful lady. I was named after her mother. She had Siamese cats when I was a kid. And I would go into her house, and those cats, they would not hiss at me. They would growl at me. And I'm scared to death of Siamese cats. They're mean.
Well, that's not entirely true. All but one of our kitties has got Siamese in them.
Well, they're part Siamese. I'm talking about full-blooded Siamese. They're mean. Oh, wait. Yeah, now Siamese are the ones that if they choose you as their person, then that is what you have. They're yours and you're theirs. But if they don't claim you as theirs, they don't like you. Okay, getting back to my trivia question. And I know, I can guarantee you Nita knows this one, and more likely Joy does, and Julie and Claire. I know. What is another name for garbanzo beans? What?
What Mr. Duggar said about the squirrel and cat being putting a squirrel in his lap.
Yeah, truly have a. That's what I was talking about Siamese. Those are well.
I had a pet squirrel for a little while.
That's right, Julie. Chickpeas.
What was that?
Another name for garbanzo beans.
Oh, okay.
And if you mash them up really good and add a few ingredients to them, you got hummus. That's good stuff too. Anita introduced me to hummus.
Each their own on that one.
Well, that would be another thing for them, but I consider that to be pinto beans, John. At least around here, it's pinto beans. Call it a free pass. Okay. I tell you what, Anita's recipe for hummus is so good. I have tried the store-bought hummus, and it's not good. I tried making my own. It tasted okay, but it wasn't nowhere near as good as Anita's. Yep, chickpeas, good things. I don't like chickpeas per se, but I like them when they're blended into hummus and served with a veggie tray.
That's right, John Wicks.
The more you eat. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Of course, around here, we get into something like that, we're going to have to make sure we got some Brazos Valley soaps handy.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, that's the only soaps I buy anymore. She has some really good soaps.
Anita, there you go. Julie wanting that recipe.
Yeah. I'm throwing everybody to Anita for her recipe. She's got some. Anita's a great cook.
She knows a lot of good things about it.
She is an excellent cook.
She taught me how to use a knife better.
Oh, that sounds good. I never thought about that. I might have to try that, Joy. That sounds good.
Oh, Lord, here comes something I'm not sure I'm going to want to try this time.
What, chickpeas with tomato, olive oil, and tomatoes? Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I never thought I would eat tofu. She got me eating tofu.
Your recipe for hummus?
Yeah, Julie mentioned wanting that recipe.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling them, you make the best hummus. Better than store-bought. Most definitely better than store-bought. That's a... Mm-mm. Do I have any recipes for turnip greens? I have a recipe on how to cook turnip greens, and I'm coming up with things that I can do with turnip greens, because if I can use spinach in it or kale or other things, I know I can use turnip greens in it. So I will try to start working on some of those. All right, Jody, thank you for stopping in.
Bye, Jody. Have a good night. Yeah, you famous for them naps.
Oh, no. Nita says she don't really have a recipe. She just throws stuff together. Well, I'll tell you what, Nita, work on a recipe.
You can do it.
That way we can get it to everybody that wants it. Bye, Jody. Oh, that would be good. Bacon goes good with everything. I like bacon or ham or things like that in collard greens. And I know it'd be good in turnip greens. Now, I do have recipes for turnips. Mashed turnips, roasted turnips, turnips and taters. So I love turnips. I like rutabaga and things like that. But actual turnip greens themselves, just basically just cooking them. That's turnip greens right there. That's how I do mine. Okay, I got one last trivia question. What is the most frequently ordered item in a seafood restaurant? Hey, Off the Hook Outdoors. Welcome here. Yeah, Off the Hook. Welcome in.
Like that tutorial last night.
Oh, yes. I tell you what, I don't fish, but that was interesting on watching you make the lures and things. That was really interesting.
You got them guessing shrimp, catfish. A seafood place, I'd hope it'd be seafood.
Oh, man. Joy Stewart, that's so good. Pot liquor with cornbread is so good. You got it, Off the Hook. Shrimp is the answer. Shrimp is the most frequently ordered item in a seafood restaurant. And I have to say, I figured that probably about right because that's all I order when I go to a seafood restaurant. Well, y'all, that was my 2 pages of trivia questions. That was for this week, next week. But I guess we went through them this week. That means I could do more for next week. Water to wash it down. If I'm going to a seafood restaurant, I'm going to have me a big old glass of tea. And I try to get the half and half because I don't need it too sweet. Yeah, death on a plate for you, Anita. That's right. You're allergic to shrimp. But I don't know if y'all have ever tried this. If you like lemon in your tea, try lime. We tried lime at a Mexican restaurant, and oh man, that was so good.
Lemon and some lime mixed together in your tea. Oh man, it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, I like the sushi too. I love sushi, but I order that at the Chinese restaurant when I go there.
Shrimp is for Anita what chocolate is for me.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, Joy. I've had fun too, and I am an hour and 42 in. I'm going to cut it off here in just a minute because I was only going to stay on an hour, but I've had so much fun with everybody. And if y'all want to, join me again next Saturday at 7 o'clock. I'll be here.
We'll try to keep it at an hour.
Oh, man. Julie, that is so good. But, you don't even have to do a carb overload with that because with the catfish, you can actually bake it instead of fry it. And the coleslaw, the carbs on that aren't as bad as they are on some things. And as far as the hush puppies and fries, try sweet potato fries, not quite as bad on the carbs. And the hush puppies, just eat 1 or 2. And it'll cut the carbs and it'll give you a good meal there. Oh yeah, John, lime beats lemon on that. I agree with that. We love all of y'all too. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I have had so much fun tonight. And I want to say thank you. I tried my best to share the love. Oh, you don't like it baked. Okay, I understand that. I definitely understand that.
You too, Claire.
Yeah. Good night, Claire.
Make coleslaw with Greek yogurt instead of mayo to cut carbs.
And it would still taste good. Just use the plain Greek yogurt. Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting idea right there.
Scott Swift, you are awesome. I love your Tuesday night live chats. I do. I enjoy being in them. And
he's all right. He old jarhead like me.
I enjoy seeing everybody that's in here on other live chats. I love talking with them, saying hi. That's my thing. I love saying hi to everybody. You do that, Miss Anita. Come up with the recipe for hummus, and I'll make sure everybody gets it. And you never know, I might do a video on it. I have 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes for 2 hours.
We get big enough to be able to do bringing people up on the screen. You have to bring Anita up and let her explain her recipe.
Oh yeah, thank y'all so much. Yeah, well, I mean, I can do that now. I just have to use StreamYard. I'd have to put that in. But I just right now I'm just using YouTube All right, yeah, it looks like I'm at the hour and 45-minute mark. Stay, please. Okay, Scott, I'll stay for 15 more minutes. I don't have any more questions to ask you. Oh, that would be wonderful,
That would
Anita.
be awesome too.
I have to make sure we get some stuff changed around and fixed around here. We've had to,
I've turned that other bedroom into my shop.
yeah.
So we'll have to do something there.
Never know. One of these days, Nita, we might come visit you and I can just video from your kitchen.
Now that would be an awesome idea.
Yeah. I'd have to drive. Oh, yeah, Julie. You're so right. I do. I thank everybody that came. I enjoy talking with people. I didn't think I would like doing lives, to be honest, but I have fun. I really am. Okay. We'll have to check you out off the hook. I might not get to be in there for very long because I've still got to cook supper, but we can put you on and listen to you.
Yeah, we can do that. We got a 32-inch screen on TV. We can take a peek at what you're doing.
Anita, that would be a long day trip, hon. Oh, we'll be watching for that too, Scott. I want to see that crawdad video. Night, John.
John leaving us? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Much
We'll
love
see
to
you
you too,
next
John.
time.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody got any questions before I go off and down? Looks like we got about 13 minutes. Kitty cat clawing my arm.
Fancy. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Julie. We have the same problems with ours.
We've dealt with Facebook for years. We've learned how to read autocorrect E's.
Ooh, Sushi Chef will be there. It's the Sushi Chef, Joy's son. Oh man, that sounds good, Mr. Duggar. I like home cooked butter beans. Yeah,
Oh, that sounded good.
I saw your son was requested or put up on Facebook as somebody I might know, and I checked his page out and I saw some of the pictures of the food. Oh man, it made me so hungry. I need to. Oh wow, that's cool. I tell you what, I know your one son. He's a good cook. I've seen that pictures, and you're a good cook, Miss Joy. I love watching your videos. I really do.
Yeah, she drove us over that cast iron.
I love cast iron. I actually have my own. I can't use it much because I don't have strength in my hands like I used to. So I have to use something that I can handle pretty good. If I use cast iron, I have to hold it two-handed, and that gets to be hard too. But I know that cast iron makes, you cook cornbread in it, that makes the best cornbread. I met Piggy in September, well, online. We met online in August of 2012. I met him in person in September of 2012. And we became a couple in February of 2013. So we have been together almost 10 years. Yes, Scott, Devil Dog can do it, but I hate asking him to do everything like that.
Like what?
Handling all my cast iron and stuff for me.
It don't bother me.
Yeah. I tell you what, Julie, this is something just few people know. When Piggy and I got together, he told me, he said, I'm not ever getting married again. I said, okay. We were together for a short time. He told me, he said, I'm going to marry you. I said, okay. Never said yes, never did nothing. It was just, I'm going to marry you. Okay. And then a couple of months after that, I was diagnosed with cancer. And he stuck by me. Quit clawing my knee. I got a kitty cat on my lap and she's clawing my knee. But he stuck by me through my cancer, through my chemo, through my radiation, every doctor's visit. And then we got married in 2015. And we got married in April. And I tell you, if it hadn't been for Anita and her husband, we would have never have made it. Had everything done for the wedding. But in December,
Anita and Ward were phenomenal at our wedding.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have pulled off without them.
And in 2015, Piggy had to have surgery. He hurt himself. He'd already been hurt. He'd had problems with his neck, but he got hit by wasn't it a half inch angle?
I was using a half horsepower, half inch right angle drill, drilling a hole in a stud. It got in a bind and I didn't get out of the way in time, and it caught me up under the chin and set me on a flight, flipping my way through.
And that messed his neck up even further. And he waited 2 months before he went to the hospital, to the emergency room. When he did, they found out that he had 3 crushed, it's calcified, shattered disc in his neck. And his spinal column is narrower than what it's supposed to be. And those shards were just sawing at his spinal cord. Did not think he would come up off of the operating table. And if he did, they didn't think he would walk.
They didn't think I'd move neck down if I did live.
But, God showed up and showed out, and here Piggy is.
Like God said, watch this.
Yeah. Yeah, cancer is a bad thing. And I had an aunt pass away at Thanksgiving 2012 from cancer. And then I had gotten diagnosed with the mass in June of 2013, and I had to let my family know. Yeah, and strokes are bad. I lost another sister of the heart, Miss Georgette, to a stroke in 2009. I'm glad you and Scott found each other, Joy. Y'all are good together.
Yeah, Anita, you were hammering down, and so was Ward.
Yeah. I tell you what, Anita did so much for my wedding. It took all of us getting her in to the house after the wedding was over and made her sit down and prop her feet up and rest.
And then she felt bad for not being able to do it around here. Said, I told her to sit down. You've done your due.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I feel like God brought Piggy into my life, and he brought him into my life for a reason. My mom passed in 2010. I lost Georgette in July of 2009. She had a stroke in August of 2008 and passed July the 2nd, 2009. She was at that time, my sister of the heart, my friend. She was the person I could talk to because I was my mother's caregiver. And I left the house one day a month without my mom. That was when I went and bought groceries. I would do it all over again. But Georgette was my lifesaver at that time. She would stay with my mom while I went and bought groceries. And so that was the only time I had to myself, one day a month, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I was with my mom. Scott, she's supposed to be a pain in your butt. She's the one that's supposed to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I did give you a foot massage and foot rub on my wedding day. But you know what? What you did for me is so much more.
what you did for us was priceless.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, y'all. Looks like I got about 5 more minutes. Anybody got any more questions? Or do y'all just want to hear me talk about my granny and growing up? I tell you what, that's true love, Scott, because somebody encouraging you to do something and get out there and keep going.
That's it.
You know, that's Piggy with me. He encourages me to get up and go, and I encourage him to get up and go and do what he can. And we have to do that because otherwise we'll just sit and just turn to stone. And I had to do that with my mama. I had to make her do things that anything that she could do. I told her, I said, if you can do it, do it. She could still peel taters. I let her peel my taters. You know, whatever she could do, I let her do. That's it, Joey. Got to keep moving because if we ever stop, we're lost.
That's what I have to do. That's why I try to keep going because if I ever stop, I won't move again.
So you invented the rock? Well, I invented the wheel then. All right, Anita, we love you. Tell Ward we said hi and we love him too. I tell
Give
you,
it time, Julie.
Yeah.
Just give it time. Just do what you got to do. Seek the right one, and he'll bring the right one.
thank you, Anita. I hope to have a good day too. Like I said, I got to fix me something to eat here in a minute. I'm going to catch Off the Hooks live.
Anita, I always look at it like this: make every day a great day, even if it ain't.
That's it. And Julie, as far as having somebody there for you, you got my messenger. You got me on Facebook. You know, send me a message if you ever need to talk. I mean, that's what I'm there for. That's what Piggy's there for. You know, we try to help others as much as we can. And I know. And Miss Joy, I tell you what, it is through your encouragement and Mike Fishing Home, you know, allowed me up on his panel, and you and Scott talking to me that night and encouraging me to talk. And, you know, backwoods encouragement, all of y'all, you know, it's only because of all of y'all that I'm doing lives. I had planned on not doing them. But, chicken salad does sound good. But yeah, I thank y'all for doing that because I'm enjoying this. And I'm going to go ahead and work on clicking off here so I can get up and go fix us a bite to eat, get set up to watch Off the Hook. And I love y'all. And
Julie, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And like she said, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. And for everybody else, I know I'll see y'all on other people's lives. I will shout out and say hi. Scott, I will be there Tuesday night for yours. And any others that I see y'all, you know, I'll talk with you. And I love all of y'all, and thank you very much. And don't forget, I'll be on here every Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Even if there's just one of you that shows up, I'll sit and talk with you until you get tired of listening to me.
I've enjoyed reading what I could at the comments.
Oh, yeah. I've been having fun. So let me figure out how I get to shut down here. I got like...
And I've only begun to be silly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that ain't nothing. His silly ain't nothing, y'all. He cracks me up. Y'all have a good evening. Bye, y'all. Okay.